Okay, so my name is Jason Schroepfer. My degree from UT Austin is a PhD in Middle Eastern languages and cultures, and my current position is an assistant professor of Arabic at the Virginia Military Institute. My first job I got after graduate school was a lecturer in Middle East and North African Studies at a small liberal arts college in Orlando. It's called Rollins College. And let's see. The second part of the question is what drew me to the job. I mean, I wanted to do something that was related to Arabic culture, and the job market's very competitive. I didn't wind up getting a tenure track job that cycle, so it was a great opportunity, and I took it. Great place to work too. Half of my classes, I taught 8 preps, and they were all separate preps over a year. Yeah, I know. But the good thing about that is it really, really prepared me because it helped me build my teaching portfolio. I had, aside from, the Arabic classes that I had taught at UT Austin, I hadn't taught the whole gamut either. I'd only taught a couple of the classes. I didn't have really any other classes in my teaching dossier. So that helped me, really put my feet to the fire to build it. Okay, so on the language side, I'll go with the language side first. So when you graduate from UT Austin or a big school like UT Austin, those programs they're very good in any language, and they're mostly they're flagship oriented. There's a lot of people, a lot of moving parts, and most places you work at aren't like that. It's usually just you and your colleagues are the show, basically, you and a handful of other people. So that really helped me in terms of understanding how to develop curriculum that in a non-flagship big school type environment. And not everywhere's not everywhere is like that. So that was a good experience from that aspect for the Arabic side. Now I taught I taught some classes in an anthropology department and general education in English, and I taught one class on just Middle Eastern culture, and I got a lot of help from mentors there that helped me develop my materials for, hey, this is how you teach an English class and culture, Arabic culture. So that helped me develop that class, and it's helped me, integrate that in my coursework now, especially in the upper division. And then I taught another class I developed there was on Arab youth culture, and I've mixed that into upper division courses I've developed at my current position. So it's really, that job actually helped me come ready to go. Apply for an assistant professorship at VMI. So my advisor gave me this advice, and even though UT Austin is an R1 school, she told me that teaching is your bread and butter. Teaching Arabic is your bread and butter. You got to have that down pat, because that's what that's the truth. It helped me get my position. I mean, I think it might be the case for other people that do other jobs. Maybe they do research. I mean, my advisor never said, "Hey, don't do research." I mean, you got to do your research, but teaching is definitely your bread and butter. I think that really helped me out a lot, because that helped me with my current projects right now. So we have 2 external grants at a small liberal arts college for Arabic. We have Star Talk grant, and I got help from my colleagues, but wrote the grant, learned how to deal with stakeholders, students, other professors, Star Talk Central, and Project Go. So we have Project Go as Project Global Officer. So we're a military school, and everyone's a cadet. They don't necessarily have to go to the military after they graduate, but we have that grant, and I think that I have teaching Arabic to thank as for those opportunities. If it weren't for that focus, I don't think that we'd have that sort of program available at a small school like we do right now. So I think that was the best advice I got as a graduate student for me personally. Yeah, so I had a really cool opportunity to partner with an NGO that is external to VMI. So it's called the National Council on U.S. Arab Relations. And we were able to go on trips to with cadets. It wasn't just cadets at VMI, cadets at VMI, cadets at Citadel, cadets at West Point. Different military academies around the United States, and we were able to go and do these really cool tours of Saudi Arabia and Qatar before the pandemic hit. And we got to go to embassies. We got to do a behind-the-scenes tour of Al Jazeera. All sorts of things that I just never would have thought would have been possible. So that was a really cool, that was a really cool experience, and it was paid for by the host countries, and anything that was left over by that NGO. So it was a phenomenal opportunity. And through that same NGO, there's little competitions that they have locally. They're called Model Arab Leagues. It's kind of like Model UN, but specifically for Arab countries. And it's debate. We're students. It's not just cadets, just students. In the area, college students actually will learn about the backgrounds of these countries, and they'll assume the role of that country, and they'll debate about environmental affairs, Palestinian Affairs Council, political affairs, all those different things. So they get a chance to really engross themselves in it, and I had the opportunity to do that locally. And so that was another cool project that I was able to do with students. I got to do research too. So I published an article and a couple of book chapters so far. I haven't been on the job that long, but that's what I have in terms of research projects and other things that I have kind of in the woodworks. So I think that kind of, at least from my perspective, is okay. So I was always one step at a time. So a lot of vets, they don't. I had a hard time kind of understanding what my benefits were. So in terms of GI Bill, because it's different for each person when you depending on when you enlisted or when you served. There's different versions of it. So my advice would be to make sure that you nail that down. Go talk to the people in the tower. They know a lot. Go to the SVS. The chapter there's great. You can hang out with other vets. They could talk about their experience. There's little Facebook groups you can join too. Other people have had similar experiences, so you can kind of be like, oh, this person, did kind of the same situation I'm in. Maybe they say something else, but you can kind of, bounce ideas back and forth and figure out what's best for you.